What's up, everybody, and welcome to this year's first episode of Rugged Gent. You already know who I am. First off, I'd like to apologize for the lack of videos over the last couple of months. Yeah, life happens. Anyway, let's get this started. On today's video, because of the recent situations, because of everything that's been going on, I just want to tell you something, brother. And it has a lot to do about self-accountability, and more than anything, accountability of knowledge or not having some. Okay? When it comes to, listen, it makes you look terrible, okay? When it comes to speaking whatever subject matter it is, it's simple to say that if there is something you don't know, it's okay to acknowledge it. It's okay to say that you are not versed in the subject, that you haven't studied in the subject. You don't have to pretend that you know anything about what someone is speaking of just to make yourself look better, or even just repeat things that you've probably read online. There's a thing about your own vocabulary. When you're speaking to your friends, people know how you sound, people know how you speak, and then you start pushing out these verses of web, because that's what you're doing. You're pushing out verses of things you've read on the internet, of things people have shared with you. When you do these things, people can tell, your friends could tell, people who hang around you could tell that that's not you speaking, okay? It makes you look a little bit like a dumbass, you know? So, start off the year, I'm sorry to start off so cold. Don't sound like an idiot, man. Don't talk about things you know nothing about. If you know nothing about a subject, hey, listen, just admit it. It's okay. It's okay. You may actually seem smarter, more intelligent, or really, it's just more confident in yourself for admitting that you're not, that you have no idea what people are talking about, instead of you pretending to know anything about the subject. The last 4 years have been ridiculous when it comes to the amount of people that have been involved in politics. I know people who don't even know the 3 branches of government, and they're here talking politics to me like if it's something they've spent their last few years, reading about, and they haven't. All they've been doing is reading Facebook posts and Instagram posts. And social media is truly just a cancer. It was a great tool when it first started, and it's still a pretty good tool. It's still an awesome tool, especially for businesses when it comes to marketing and stuff. But it's gotten out of hand. The amount of misinformation and miseducation of the people, it's out of control. Everybody out there thinks that they know something about something. No, you don't. No, you don't. Facebook is not a school. Instagram is not a school. Twitter is not a school. Okay? There's very little to learn on any of these platforms. Please excuse the hair, as I am trying to grow my mane out. I'm in that messy stage, that awkward stage, but back into the subject, back into what I'm talking about. Please don't pretend to know things that you don't, because people can tell. Your friends could tell. If there's someone in your friend group that you look at as probably a more intelligent person than yourself, and you start trying to share these thoughts with them, those moments of silence are not acknowledgement. Those moments of silence are just your friend wondering, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, don't do that to yourself. Don't go out in public and regurgitate things that you've read online. You sound like a Facebook ad. You sound like a meme. Don't do that to yourself. It makes you as a person seem lower than what you could be. It's okay to say, listen, man, I don't know about that. Okay? I'm not really into that subject. You don't have to participate in every single conversation. I mean, the amount of participation that you have in a conversation could go as far as just listening and learning from what you're listening. I wouldn't say to go ahead and believe everything that you're hearing either. You know, make your own decision. Okay? Acquire knowledge. It's okay to listen to as many opinions as possible, and then you decide what you find more factual or not. The research, when it comes to doing research online, you have to be very careful with that, because you could just be doing a very targeted search, which you'll find someone talking back to you online about it. What I mean by saying that is that if you start Googling out a certain subject in a certain way, you'll find something to make noise or to bounce that idea back at you, and that doesn't necessarily mean it to be true or to just be worth your time. If anything, I would say you should probably spend your time learning something that you like. You don't have to get involved in things that just don't attract you. I mean, it's okay to gather as much knowledge as possible and, you know, become an interesting person. It's fine. It's fine. You could do that. But don't speak of what you don't know of. It makes you look stupid. This is this one thing that makes any guy out there, any person out there, look completely ridiculous, and it's speaking out of hand. You know, it's what I said earlier. You sound like an ad. You sound like a meme, and the people in your circles can tell you don't know anything of what you speak of, unless of course you hang out with people who are of a lower intellect than yourself, which really you shouldn't be doing, because the point of life is to keep going up. You don't want to keep going down. I understand that you've probably reached a certain level and you think that there's no higher up than that, so then you start hanging out a couple dunces here and there just to make yourself feel even better. But no, man, challenge yourself. Hang out with someone you don't understand. Hang out with someone who can throw different subjects at you and really make your mind work. And this is how you'll grow. And later on in life, you can be involved in these conversations in different topics without having to look like an ass. Right? Anyway, guys, Happy New Year, I guess. It's been a funny 9 days, 10 days. Yeah, it's been real funny. But yeah, Happy New Year. It's the first video of the year. Let's hope it doesn't get any more interesting, huh? Till next time.